Hello, my name's Harry Tambuatco and you're watching Talk to Harry. Now, we've got a very obscure title, but it's very revealing. You should have been able to watch the first segment, which is Ombudsman, the Ombudsman. But you see, we're not going to ram it down your throat because soon you too will have that bad taste in your mouth to allow this very ombudsman to stay and ruin the office of the ombudsman. At this point, Dante and I, who's our guest, Dante Jimenez, the founding chair of VACC, we will talk of the 1 year that the president is fast approaching, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Dante, how would you measure the president's achievements and all the issues that he has had to face?
Yeah, of course, measuring the president's achievements for the past 1 year now. In July 1, he assumed the presidency, right?
Yes.
So
Gawin natin 1 to 10, 10 being the highest.
I would say about 7.
Wow, mabait ka. Ako, I would say 10. I hate to say it. Because he's an acting president. But okay, you are being prudent. 7. Why? Why do you give him good points?
Okay. Because you're talking here of Duterte administration. Hindi mo pwede maalis dito yung dalawang branches of government pa rin. Because remember, he is the president of the republic.
Correct.
And of course, represented by 3 branches, co-equal branches: executive, legislative,
Correct.
and judiciary. Now, the president, kung executive ang gaanuhin natin,
When you say judiciary, will you limit that? Because that's now the ongoing argument in Congress. Is it just the Supreme Court, or does it include the Court of Appeals, the first instance, the municipal trial court, and the prosecutors?
and including the ombudsman.
No, and the ombudsman. My
Yes.
God. Yeah, but ang hirap pag-usapan yan. Bad taste in the mouth ngayong ombudsman. But would you include all of them as the
Yes,
judiciary?
they are the ones going through the process of the judiciary.
So the 3 equal branches of government are now talagang co-equal. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so what I'm saying is like this. Being the head of government, and you talk of 3 branches of government.
Yes.
Because alam mo, ang powers ng presidente under this present system in unitary is so enormous. He could
Correct.
declare martial law anytime.
Which he did in Mindanao.
In partly.
In part, yeah.
He could also declare martial law throughout the nation.
Correct.
He could declare a revolutionary government.
I think more of that. Okay, yes.
Eh,
Correct.
Sinasabi ko, Harry, under the present constitution, talagang napaka-powerful ng presidente. Kaya that's why kami naman sa VACC, we are looking at it objectively. Because, of course, apektado siya. The presidency is affected by 2 other branches who are really running very, very slow. I said during our 18th anniversary in Malacanang last year, of VACC, I said, the president is running 100 miles per hour. While the legislative and judiciary are running 50 miles per hour or 50 kilometers.
Well,
I said kilometers pa nga eh.
But alam mo, ang halls of justice all over the country is in such a decrepit conditions. It's just amazing how the Supreme Court will allow all the halls of justice. Alam mo, it is awful. The halls of justice, kaawa-awa yung mga judges natin. I mean, not for anything. The conditions of their rooms are appalling.
That is why you have the Marawi siege. That's why you have a Mindanao martial law. See? Kasama po yan.
Kasama.
That is part and parcel of a community where injustices has already been done on the people, and that's why they have the rido. Now they can then take the law in their hands. Very weak. Ito, example. Example lang. We have been proposing that the death penalty be reimposed.
Yeah, reimposed.
Okay. Bakit hindi pinasalabaho ng Kongreso? Because ang daming pressure, may mga simbahan ka dyan, iba pa mga pumipigil. May United Nations pa raw sinasign sila. Kung signatory daw.
May CHR pa eh.
Kaya nga, that's why. Ang sinasabi ko dito, the people have lost faith on our justice system. A rotten criminal justice system. That's why, apektado dyan ang performance ng isang presidente. Would you agree with me on that?
I agree, I agree.
If people are disgruntled with a criminal justice system, their cases are being prolonged by a rotten justice system. Like for instance, the pastor case. Ilang years na yan. Evangelista case. Ito yung sa aming spokesman na si Boy Evangelista.
No, yung Maguindanao Massacre.
Maguindanao Massacre. Tama yung sinasabi na it will take 100 years.
100 years.
Because ilan na mga napatay dyan.
Correct.
So in other words, what I'm saying is, it has affected the presidency. That's why yung rate ko sa kanya as a whole is 7. Kung siya, anuhin mo lang, tama ka doon, 10.
10.
Pero kasi apektado siya nitong executive, etong legislative and judiciary.
He's following the democratic principles that have created our template.
You cannot wash your hands, Harry. The president cannot wash his hands over the failures of these two branches of government because he is the president of the republic. Tama?
Correct,
O
correct.
kaya that's why, kung titingnan mo yung ano ng taong bayan, parang walang pagbabago. Ang nagbabago lang yung mabigat na kamay ni Presidente in handling criminals, illegal drug lords. Kita mo ang napakulong natin naipakulong natin na senador
Correct.
who was able to build up a cartel of her own inside the New Bilibid prison.
Correct.
You could
Correct.
see a New Bilibid prison that
Correct.
is well furnished with all this
Yeah.
itong karangyaan ng tao. Imagine
Well,
the maximum detention center, detainee, may air conditioning room, lahat allowed by the Secretary of Justice. She was the Secretary of Justice.
Correct, correct.
Why? That is a fact.
That's
And
a
then
fact.
later on, inano niya, nagre-raid dyan, kuno, dahil tatakbo pala for senator. At hindi lang natin,
Winartahan niya.
kinuwartahan niya pa ang mga drug lords na mga na-convict doon.
Hindi, pero maraming panlalabas na bombs eh. Si Napoles will still come out with more bombs. It's just gonna get worse. I'm just hoping na, well, I guess you really can't hope because I'm sure the ombudsman will come in again and say, walang ginawa si Napoles, walang ginawa sila Aquino dyan, wala kami ginawa.
Kaya nga, that's why,
Going back to the president, tinira siya. Well, there was criticism, not tinira siya, because he was getting old, maybe he's sick. Oh, I guess Lenny must have been jumping around, singing to the yellow ribbon, di ba? All over America, trying to collect money for whatever purpose. But obviously, ano ba naman, hanggang magpahinga ang presidente, tinitira na naman.
well, anyway, alam mo, that's a very, very minor, minor situation. But it is being really toyed around, because the only way to get rid of a tough president, a president of the people, okay, is either he got sick, he has an accident, he is maimed,
Correct.
or he is assassinated.
Assassinated. But did this issue in Marawi, why is it, I don't understand, you have a group called ISIS, which everybody already is identified as having started in the Middle East, who are absolute terrorists, period. We stop it there, terrorists, meaning they belong to no country, they identify no country. They say they are Muslims, but even the very Muslim communities abhor them because we call them just terrorists. Now, they display their arms and kill people openly and try to take over Marawi, the only Muslim city, incidentally, in the country. The president goes in and wipes them out, and yet there are many senators that open their mouths. How do you assess the president's performance when looking at Marawi and very decisive, boom, martial law. Number 2, send in the AFP. 3, to hell with you all, I'm going to pulverize you.
Well, first of all, I think he has done the first act. A good act, this is really to declare martial law and i-suspend yung writ of habeas corpus. So that, in other words, the rule of...
Terrorists should have no rights.
In other words, at isa pa ang kulang lang kasi dyan, noon pa dapat ginawa din ng Kongreso, balik ang death penalty, isinama na dapat ang rebellion and treason.
Ayun.
Alam mo, makatatawa ka eh. Ilan ang mga rebels sa Senate?
Well, alam ko.
Ayan, bidardo lang
Balik
iba
yan,
dyan eh. Inamnesty pa. Pero
inamnesty pa.
they have practically rebelled against the duly constituted authority. Correct?
That's correct.
O, andiyan dyan si
Trillanes
Hunasan.
number one.
Hunasan.
First. Hunasan. Okay,
Oo.
tinamaan din si Hunasan
O,
dyan.
di ba?
Oo, tama,
Sino
tama.
pa na dyan? O, si Trillanes.
Trillanes.
Yung mga example eh.
Yeah,
Kaya
yeah.
siguro sabi ng mga Muslim brothers itong mauting to at sila, tinan mo sila Nurbiswari. Kahit na mag-rebel ka, it's a political question. But no, you have committed a
Treasonous
sin.
act.
Yes, a sin against the state.
Dapat death.
Dapat kasama sa death penalty yun.
Ayun.
Mablambot masyado ang ating penalty on mga high-grade crimes. And I consider rebellion as one of the...
With reference to the topic that we are discussing, does this not build up dapat sa federalism, which seems to have taken a back seat? Aren't you worried about that? Parang huminay-hinay.
Hindi naman. Siguro it's now giving, sabi mo, an impression now, we really need to change the constitution.
But the
form of
previous date
government.
was October. By then, dapat dinidiscuss na sa Kongreso. It looks like it's being pushed back to February 2018.
Sa akin, ang dating sa amin, alam mo, I'm also an advocate
I know,
of federalism.
especially the Bicol region.
Oh, remember?
Of course, yes.
2009, we have this
pinag-usapan
Bicol
na natin
Autonomy
federalism.
Movement.
Yes, correct.
Bicol Autonomy ba
Yeah,
yan?
Bicol Autonomy, yes.
And then, na-convert to federalism because
Yes.
then Mayor Rodrigo Duterte advised me, sabi niya sa akin, guest namin sa Legazpi noon eh. Sabi niya, Dante, we go for federalism. Tapos he told Bong, okay, you call Butuan, we'll talk about federalism.
Federalism.
Doon nag-umpisa yung sorte niya.
Ayun.
I mean, just to give you the information.
Yes.
At doon na nakita rin yung
I
acceptance
remember you
sa
invited
tao.
me to come to that.
Yeah.
Hindi ako na makapunta noon. I remember you did
Diba?
invite me.
So,
Bicol.
in other words, it will just justify talaga the need to change the form of government from this unitary to federalism.
To strengthen the systems of balance.
Correct. Doon mo itong nangyari sa Mindanao, it just shows talagang we have to hurry up on changing the form of
Could
government.
this have been prevented, Marawi? Yes, correct? If legislation acted earlier.
Yes. And
And of course, if we didn't have the communists in Malacanang.
they should have been proactive. And at the same time,
Pero they discredited it. Sabi nila, wala naman ISIS dyan, di ba? Yun ang mali-mali na naman dun
mali
eh.
na naman yun. But you see, things now are changing. The mindset of our government and of our people now is that ISIS has been here already for several years. Binibuild up na. Yeah, ang tinarget nila is Marawi because karamihan doon magkakamag-anak ng mga mauti.
Siyempre. May pamilya malaki.
Oh, and of course, sino lang protect doon? Who were
Well,
able to-
damay na yung mayor, di ba?
Of course, lahat na siya.
Lahat niya, damay-damay na.
We call it compromised.
Ayun,
Lahat sila doon compromised. All
Kaya
sectors.
tumagal hanggang ngayon itong
Yes,
seats nito. Kung hindi,
precisely.
overnight, tapos yan.
Precisely.
So tama ginawa ng Presidente, miski pa
I
paano.
think the President did the right and very timely decision to declare martial law, even to the point of sacrificing his Russian trip, right? Remember?
Correct.
Sinyorter niya yung trip niya.
Dante, what do we do with Leni Robredo? She's another seeming problem that seems to be part of the same color of the shirt that I wear. I should not have worn this today. Sabi nga ng cameraman dito eh, ano ba ako, yellow tart? Sabi ko, I detest it. Di ba? But what do we do about this Leni yan?
Well, you see, the Vice President is really a spare tire, sabi nila, di ba? So she's just there, or he or she is just there to be on standby in case
Mamatay ang
something happens to the president by accident or by assassination.
But then, she is also part and parcel of the yellow tards that are in the Senate that do nothing but disrupt whatever the president is doing correct for the people, for the country.
Just to make the opposition relevant at this point in time. Alam mo,
Politika
yan
na
nga, democracy daw eh. There is no democracy if there is no opposition. Tama?
naman. Yes.
Pero dapat naman, ilagay nyo sa sarili ninyo para sa bayan muna. Unahin natin sa para sa bayan. Economically, dapat umuusad na tayo.
Correct.
Dapat iwasan
Actually,
natin.
umuusad naman tayo ngayon.
Yes,
Miski pa paano?
umuusad naman. But you see, ando doon yung blockade eh. Diba? They're blocking it. Meron tinatawag
There are
dyan na,
nodes, cancer nodes called the Liberal Party, who are partly in the Senate, And there's the Magnificent Seven, di ba? In Congress. These are cancer nodes that are eating away our life and our sustenance of the
At
country.
saka yung mentality pa rin, crab mentality, di ba?
Oh, yan,
At saka yung pulling down,
Yeah.
kung nasa taas ka na, para naman maging relevant ka. But anyway, trabaho nila siguro yun.
What is VACC gonna do now? You're gonna ombudsman the ombudsman?
Of course, kasama na po yan. And
Yan.
also, of course, other institutions for that matter. We're also looking at the performance of the Supreme Court, the Chief Justices of the Supreme Court. Because remember, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court will be there
Until
until
20 years eh.
Oh
18,
my-
19 years.
Oh
yan.
my gosh.
Oh, bata pa.
Oh, siyempre,
Tsaka
hawak
hawak
na naman
ni
ni Aquino
Noynoy
yun.
din yan. Ah, isa pa
hawak-
yan.
Iyan na naman, sino nag-appoint dyan? The appointing power, siyempre, balakas, ha? I'm not saying na, but you see, there are already indications that the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court really
Is biased.
is biased. So, we're looking at it also. Because they represent the justice system, eh.
Correct.
Yung tinatanong mo sa akin na ito yung mga nakakaharang ng progreso. Di ba?
correct,
Especially to tell the people, especially the Mindanaoans, there is still justice. In Mindanao, no more justice, Hari.
Wala na justice.
Wala nang justice. Justice na lang dun.
Justice. Dante, we've reached the end of our program. Your message to the viewers directly from you.
Well, first of all, I would like to say that our view of the Duterte presidency is really, it has really practically revolutionized the situation in the Philippines compared to the many, many years that we have been under the impression of a Cory administration, the EDSA revolt, the various people powers, and only this administration has practically made a big significant leap from being a cuddler of terrorists, a cuddler of oligarchs, a cuddler of American influence. Pinakita dito talaga yung real independence. And that's why we revere so much the advocacies of the president, because it goes hand in hand with VAC's advocacy against crime, illegal drugs. And illegal drugs, we thought he will just be using this for his propaganda in the election. But no, he said, remember, he promised us 6 months. And then when he assumed the presidency, he said 1 year. And then later on, to change his mind, it will take perhaps his 6-year presidency because of the enormous problem that the Aquino administration and even the past administrations have inherited to the Duterte presidency. Remember, drug laboratories are all over the country. We have seen this in Catanduanes, a sleeping province, na 6 hydro generators have been brought there, which could produce about 500 kilos of shabu per day and 24 billion pesos per month of shabu to be distributed throughout this nation. So, I'm talking only of 1 meg of shabu laboratory, but there are many shabu laboratories. That's why we are very happy that the president has been consistent in his promise to us, victims of crime and illegal drugs, really to get rid of illegal drugs. And then, of course, the corruption. I would say in the corruption area, the president has really to do double time. He has sacked 2 of his very close friends in the cabinet. One, Mr. Pete Laviña. The second one was the Secretary of Interior Local Government, Sueno. It just shows that he is really determined to remove those scalawags in his cabinet. And let's see, when the 1 year has come, let us see what will be his action against some erring cabinet members who are still there with some maybe an ulterior motive really for personal interest and business interest. So we have seen here a very nice transition, but let us help promote his advocacies. The only way for the president to succeed is the people's support, the great masses of our people, the poor people, those who have been victims of what? Crimes, illegal drugs, and corruption. The root cause of poverty is corruption. And one of the biggest recipient of corruption and build up their corruption syndicates are the local government officials.
Correct.
This is the problem. People must take really a double vigilance against local government units, officials, from governor, mayor, and to barangay captains.
Correct.
So I think the lesson here is the people really must wake up, be vigilant, and be the one to ombudsman the ombudsman.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. The passion, the presentation are basic facts. Today, you need not guess what the people feel. We have what we call social media. Social media dictates the yellow tards to be exactly that, retarded. And yet, for some reason or other, they seem to want to come out like a cancer that continues to metastasize. We need to step on them and put them down. If you don't believe me, just open up your own whatever social media and let's see who will not side with the president. The majority is for this presidency. Why? Because we all want it to succeed.
Yeah.
Maraming salamat po. Dante, thank you very much.
Thank you.